Is it really possible to turn down millions of dollars in guaranteed stadium tour revenue just to sing in a sleazy, fictional Berlin nightclub? We all know the guy who reinvented American Idol with that legendary Mad World performance. But what if I told you the Adam Lambert you see today has secretly walked away from the very thing that made him a global icon? Behind the sequins and the stadium tours, Adam just gambled his entire fortune on a move that most stars are too terrified to even consider. For over a decade, Adam Lambert lived a life that felt like a rock and roll fairy tale. Stepping into the shoes of Freddie Mercury is a monumental task that would break almost any vocalist. But Adam did it with a flamboyant ease that won over even the most cynical Queen purists. Year after year, he fronted Queen on massive, sold-out global spectacles, culminating in the triumphant Rhapsody Tour. He was pulling in astronomical paychecks, performing for hundreds of thousands of screaming fans, and enjoying the ultimate safety net of a legendary legacy brand. He didn't just survive the comparison to Freddie Mercury. He became synonymous with the modern identity of Queen, delivering vocal acrobatics that kept the spirit of 78-year-old Brian May and 76-year-old Roger Taylor alive on stage. But just when the world expected another massive multi-million-dollar stadium run, the machinery ground to a sudden, terrifying halt. What really happened behind closed doors that forced Queen to stop touring? The truth is, the physical toll of a decade of stadium rock finally caught up with the band. In late 2024, legendary guitarist Brian May suffered a minor stroke, which temporarily left him without full control of his left arm. Though he made a strong recovery, the scare forced him to seriously reevaluate his time on the road. Roger Taylor made it clear that the era of grueling, months-long global treks was officially over, and May's wife, Anita Dobson, openly confirmed that the massive, sprawling world tours were a thing of the past. Suddenly, Adam's main source of stability and income vanished. He was left standing at a massive professional crossroads, having to decide whether to cling to the past, sign a restrictive new major label contract, or do something completely radical. Think about it. If you had the keys to the most lucrative rock franchise on earth, would you throw them away to self-fund an experimental record from your own pocket? Instead of taking the safe route, Adam did something that shocked his industry peers. He took the massive fortune he had accumulated from those grueling Queen tours and decided to bet it all on himself. Rather than signing a soul-crushing contract with a major label, Adam went completely independent. He established his own record label, partnered with a distributor called The Orchard, and began preparing his sixth studio album, simply titled Adam, which released on July 10, 2026. This wasn't just an artistic pivot, it was an incredibly risky financial gamble. He jokingly credited his years touring with Queen for helping him self-fund this project, but when you self-fund an album, there is no corporate safety net. If the music fails, it is your personal bank account that takes the hit. But before he could even release a single note of his independent music, Adam decided to completely throw himself into the fire by making his Broadway debut. On September 16, 2024, he stepped into the legendary, Tony-winning revival of Cabaret at the August Wilson Theater, taking over the demanding role of the Emcee from Eddie Redmayne. Ask yourself, is playing a sleazy, bisexual Emcee in a dark, politically charged musical really the logical step for a mainstream pop icon? Or was this a desperate attempt to break free from the shadow of Freddie Mercury? Cabaret is a grueling, intense, and psychologically taxing production set in a 1930s Berlin nightclub slowly being consumed by the rise of Nazi Germany. Adam committed to performing 7 out of 8 shows a week alongside Ali I. Carvalho as Sally Bowles. This wasn't a safe, glittering pop concert. He was playing a mischievous, hornier, and deeply unsettling character, pushing the audience's buttons in a theater converted into the intimate Kit Kat Club. The demand was so immense that it pushed him to his absolute limit. On March 15, 2025, just weeks before his run was set to end, Adam missed a Saturday matinee performance with less than an hour's notice. It sparked instant panic online, with fans who had traveled hundreds of miles on trains just to see him, wondering if the pressure had finally broken him. But Adam persevered, completing his limited run on March 29, 2025, proving he could command a Broadway stage on his own merits. But the theater world wasn't done testing him. What happens when you follow up a brutal Broadway run by stepping into the shoes of the ultimate traitor? In August 2025, Adam signed on for a massive 3-night run of Jesus Christ Superstar at the iconic Hollywood Bowl, running from August 1st through August 3rd. He was playing Judas, starring alongside the powerhouse Cynthia Erivo as Jesus, Philippa Sue as Mary Magdalene, and Raul Esparza as Pontius Pilate. Under the direction of Sergio Trujillo, the production became the hottest ticket in the theater world, filling all 17,500 seats of the bowl. But opening night brought a massive sound production glitch. Cynthia Erivo was not given a working microphone upon her re-entrance to the stage to start The Last Supper. The audience could see her singing, but could hear nothing. Seeing his co-star in trouble, Adam immediately handed her his own handheld microphone, only for his mic to also fail. It was a moment of raw, unscripted drama that could have ruined the show, but instead, it highlighted the sheer professional grit of these performers. No lip-syncing, no corporate safety nets, just pure survival on stage. That grit was the final piece of the puzzle Adam needed to launch his ultimate rebellion in the summer of 2026, with the release of his self-titled album, Adam. This album is a complete, unapologetic departure from anything his mainstream fans expected. There are no safe, radio-friendly pop rock anthems here. Instead, Adam crafted a dark, avant-garde electronic landscape inspired by the alternative artists of his youth, like Nine Inch Nails, Bjork, Goldfrapp, and Massive Attack. The lead single, EATU Alive, which dropped in May 2026, set a menacing, intense tone, followed by the euphoric, electronic-infused Cloud 9 in July. This brings us to the ultimate question. With the music industry controlled by algorithms and major label executives, can a self-funded, independent artist actually survive without a corporate safety net? To visually match this dark sonic shift, Adam collaborated with legendary fashion photographer Nick Knight, adopting a visual style that is aggressive, powerful, and deeply theatrical. In the music video for Cloud 9, he performs while wearing an iconic, archival Alexander McQueen Dante mask, fully embracing a futuristic, boundary-pushing aesthetic. This is the sound and look of a man who has fully liberated himself from the expectations of the industry. The album also features guest appearances from American singer-songwriter Isaac Dunbar on the track R8 City and Chinese singer-songwriter Lexi Liu on Porcelainine, capturing the toxic masculinity and societal pressures of the modern world. Adam has openly admitted that the process of making this album was a cathartic journey of self-acceptance. He isn't trying to please major label executives anymore. He isn't trying to fit into a prepackaged box. He is simply being himself, funded entirely by his own hard work. So where does this leave his relationship with Queen? While some fans fear this new, independent era means the end of Queen and Adam Lambert, Adam himself remains incredibly humble and open. He has publicly stated in recent interviews that there is currently nothing on the books with Queen, but they have never had a conversation saying they are done. He views himself as a grateful guest, ready to step back onto the stadium stage if Brian May and Roger Taylor ever decide to call. But for now, he is scratching a completely different, deeply personal, creative itch. He has transformed himself from a reality TV runner-up and a legendary cover artist into an independent mogul, a respected stage actor, and a self-funded pioneer of dark, experimental pop. Would you have walked away from the guaranteed safety of stadium rock to find your own voice, or did Adam Lambert just make the most expensive mistake of his life? Write down your theory in the comments right now. If you want to keep discovering the unexposed truths behind the music industry's biggest pivots, make sure to hit that subscribe button and check out the next video on your screen right now.